Viewers, welcome to my channel. My name is Rizwan, and you are watching InfoTip TV. Imagine, your neighbor greets you daily with a smile, but in the darkness of night, the same person is cutting human flesh into pieces, storing it in the freezer, and sometimes even trying to cook and eat it. This is the story of 17-year-old Jeffrey Dahmer, the most terrifying and dangerous killer in American history. Jeffrey Dahmer was born on May 21, 1960. Outwardly, he seemed like an ordinary child, but his loneliness, his parents' fights and depression broke him from the inside. He used to search for animal carcasses in the woods, experiment on them, and play with their body parts. When Jeffrey was 17, he killed a human for the first time. In 1978, he committed his first murder, Stephen Hicks, a hitchhiker. Jeffrey gave him a lift and brought him home. They drank heavily and listened to music, but the beast hidden inside Jeffrey awoke. Jeffrey asked him to stay the night, but when Stephen refused and tried to leave, Jeffrey hit him on the head from behind with a heavy dumbbell. He fell unconscious. Jeffrey then strangled him, and to hide the body, dismembered it, broke the bones, buried them in the garden, and dissolved the rest in acid. His second murder was in 1987, almost 9 years later. The victim was Stephen Tuomi. Jeffrey met him at a bar, took him home, and after drinking and drugging him, killed him and kept his heart and body parts in the freezer. For the first time, he tried eating human flesh. James Dockstater, a 14-year-old boy, Jeffrey lured him with money, drugged him, killed him, and committed vile acts with the body parts. Richard Guerrero, 22, was charmed and lured by Jeffrey, who killed him, took out his heart, preserved it in the freezer, and experimented on the body for several days. Anthony Sears, a 24-year-old model, Jeffrey invited him home, drugged him, killed him, decapitated him, and kept his skull as a trophy. As the stench in his apartment grew, neighbors complained to the police. Initially, the police ignored it, but after repeated complaints, they raided his home. The smell of rotting meat was so bad that the police could barely stand inside. Jeffrey lied, saying his grandmother sent him lots of meat for Christmas. The fridge broke, and it spoiled. Jeffrey lived in a predominantly African-American neighborhood and was the only white man there. The police were somewhat biased and supported Jeffrey, advising him to clean up and fix the fridge instead of taking action. One night at 2 a.m., while trying to dump body parts packed in a big bag into his car trunk, the police stopped him for speeding. He said he was cleaning his garden and dumping trash. The police fined him for not wearing a seatbelt and let him go. Later, he started dissolving bodies in acid drums. In one case, a victim named Conorak escaped but was too intoxicated. He brought police back to Jeffrey, who convinced them that Conorak was his drunk friend, and they left. Later, he started dissolving bodies in acid drums. In 1991, Tracy Edwards escaped, brought the police, and they discovered human meat, skulls, hearts, acid drums, and photos of victims. A shocked officer vomited. Jeffrey attacked another officer, tried to flee, but was caught and handcuffed. The neighbor, who repeatedly complained, scolded the police for ignoring her 26 calls. Jeffrey confessed to 16 murders and was sentenced to life imprisonment. Most of his victims were immigrants, Chinese, Korean, Asian, and mostly African. In prison, a black inmate killed him with a dumbbell, smashing his skull and disfiguring his face out of rage for killing people from his community. Viewers, Jeffrey Dahmer's story teaches us that sometimes the devil hides behind a smiling face. This story is still told, so the world stays cautious. This was America's real-life crime story, the story of psycho killer Jeffrey Dahmer. How did you like this video? Please tell us in the comments, and if you want to see more videos like this, please comment, like, and share. See you in the next video.